Hello guys, welcome back to Dr. Introspect TV, and it is your host, Dr. Introspect. So before I dive in, I would just first of all like to apologize for being MIA and basically taking an almost year-long hiatus. I know I could like chalk it up to just, life and having stuff going on, but who doesn't have stuff going on, right? And 2020 hasn't been the best of, with the pandemic and all of that going on. I just thought I should come on here and give you guys some dose of just some goodness, that good old content we give you over here that can just help you ride on with the storm that's going on. And I know it's tough. Blockbuster hasn't really been going on as much. We don't have a lot of movies coming out, so I have just, a little bit here and there. Netflix has been going on strong for us, over the last couple months, so I guess I do have something for you. So before I dive into what I have for you, now that my brief apology is done, I thought I should let you know that the channel might be going into other directions, so we might not just be having just movies on here. I felt that I wasn't being my most authentic self, limiting my content to just that. There are other broader topics and deeper issues I would like to dive into moving forward, so I guess you guys just have to hang around and stick to the ride, and hopefully you guys like what I have for you. Okay, and so with that being said, I'm gonna dive right into what I have for you today. So today, as you could tell from the title, dive right in. We're talking about 365 Days on Netflix. That's actually a movie, right? So before I jump in, I just want to say the actors in that movie were like super hot. They were so beautiful. The lady, the guy, the guy is like my new crush for sure. Yeah, beautiful people. However, and yes, there was so much passion, and with the COVID-19 and people being on lockdown, maybe with their partners, I don't know, maybe made good content for like, getting the mood and stuff. But me, I keep it real, so let's get into it. So first of all, there's something I think that people are glossing over with this movie. So everybody's talking about the sex scenes, how hot they were, and how this is entertainment and all of that, but I feel like there's something we need to talk about. And for me, that is how this movie highlights the role of domestic abuse in situations, right? I don't know if this was the intention of the screenwriters or the director of the movie, but that is definitely something I got from this movie coming through. Okay, I would say it was probably the director and writer's take on Beauty and the Beast. So if you remember your Beauty and the Beast from Disney as a kid, you have Belle that's trapped in the mansion of the Beast. Beast keeps her against her will, and she essentially loves him back into being a charming prince, which is all fantasy, because that's what you get from a lot of these Disney type stuff. But what exactly is the message there, right? What are they telling us? That you can stay with a horrible man and you can eventually love him into treating you right? Okay, I don't know about you, but that doesn't really sit well with me. Yes, it is feisty and sexy and all that entertainment. However, a lot of women are dying from domestic abuse, men as well. I'll put the statistics down in the description box if you care when I'm done with this video, but it is quite a serious issue, so if it is their way of shedding light on this and putting it in a sexy way so that we care about the message, then I can give it to them, because it is really a serious issue. I mean, in the scenes, he tells her that you're gonna teach me how to be patient and you're gonna teach me how to be this, and he's saying all this and he's being all forceful at the same time. And I don't know about you, but that does not sit well with me. In real life, I don't think anyone wants anyone to be choking them on the neck and things just because they refuse to do things. That is something that just doesn't really sit well with me. I don't think that anyone should be looking towards something like that unless you and your partner consent to like role play in the bedroom. I don't think it is something you should be looking forward to in a healthy relationship. He literally kidnapped her, took her away from her support system, her friends, her family, her job, and he keeps her here. She's basically locked in a tower and she has no say. She can't do anything. And sure, we see her fighting back over and over, basically challenging him, but you don't want that in real life. Come on. No. That is just no. The second thing I noticed was the whole boundaries issue. So he's like walking into her while she's taking a shower in the bathroom, and he's not even like asking questions. She's trying to change into an outfit in the store and he wants to stay and watch her undress and put it on. Like, hello, boundaries. That is so wrong. Like, I can understand if that's like your man, but that's not your man. That's someone that's keeping you against your will and basically just invading your space. And even though he said he was going to wait for her to beckon on him to sleep with her, he was kind of low-key somehow pushing himself on her and stuff. Like when he tied her up and was spreading her legs with the machine. I mean, I was scared for her. I was like, is he going to break his promise or not? And just taking her to that edge where she's so fearful and she's crying, that is emotional abuse. That is just wrong in every way. And something else I wanted to talk about was like the concept of like trauma bonding. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that they actually fell in love. I don't think that's love. Love doesn't work that way. I don't believe so. So with trauma bonding, you have the intermittent rewards, so he is essentially buying her these gifts and like giving her this lavish breakfast and also abusing her at the same time. And then he saves her when she jumps off the boat. And then she's like, oh my gosh, you saved me. And then they start like having sex constantly. And now we hear she's in love. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I get it's a movie, but no. So for me, those were like the three main things: the issues with boundaries, trauma bonding, and the whole domestic abuse situation. Someone kidnapping you against your will, and she somehow loves him into being this calm guy. No. And I feel like the guy legit had like narcissistic tendencies. Like, I could see it. He had this other lady before her that was threatening to kill her. Like, seriously, who wants that? Who wants that? And he's like, it was funny to me, but that was sick. That's not normal. That's not ideal. That's not healthy. I mean, if their goal is to show us this situation that probably goes on, which it does, we've seen it and we've taken note and we were entertained. Although I think the storyline could have been better, I feel like there's probably going to be a part 2 to it, because the way it ended was kind of sort of, abrupt, So I think there's probably going to be a part 2. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for it. But nonetheless, beautiful people, hot, and passing across this message that I feel is very important in such a time. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. I feel like it was an interesting lesson. It was not an obvious lesson because I feel like people were just so caught up in the sex scenes that nobody was quite noticing what was going on. So If you are in a situation like this, get out. I'm sorry. I don't care how hot the guy that's doing all this stuff to you is. Get out. And if it is physical, please, by all means, contact the domestic abuse system, agency, whatever you have in your country or state, and protect yourself and get out of there. If you notice, this girl's friend, when she came over to visit her and she told her, look, I'm pregnant. She's like, look, how can't you see? Are you having like some kind of cognitive dissonance here? You can't see that you're being held against your will and this is not what love looks like. But she is so entrapped in this trance of his mystical world that she couldn't see. And the way he like disappears, I don't know whatever mission he claimed he had, just after he had gotten her to fall in love with him. That's a trick. That's a trick. And now she's like drowning in all these feelings and things. Like they literally make love and he's gone. That is manipulation in the highest order. So ladies, you need to take note of this. Don't get caught up in this exciting whirlwind of romance they're showing you, because it is a whole lot deeper than it is. Alright, so that's all I have for you. And what can you expect moving forward? Definitely something every week or two. But I'm here. I'm definitely here for good. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.